Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently thinking about expansion in this region out over here. We're going to let Italy continue to chill for a while, but down over this way, I'm thinking about expanding. And my first initial thought was to attack Medina. There's some problems with this. Specifically, well actually there's not that many problems with it, but it's not the best of options. Well actually, now that I look at this, maybe this is the best option right now. So I was also thinking about attacking Mecca. Mecca would be a harder fight. They're a little further away, and we'd have to pass through Medina. But the benefits here are that we'd fight Al-Jaf, which is these guys. They're a free city. And the number of free cities increases our imperial authority, but not by much. So it's 0.02... No, it's 0.005 per heretic prince. Okay, so with that in mind, our imperial authority is actually going up, by the way. That's a little wild. But with that in mind, I think that our best bet is actually to attack Medina then. Our imperial authority would go down because there would not be peace internally. But we don't want to get rid of the free cities. The free cities are actually more valuable than heretic princes, so that's good to know. With that in mind, I want to start fabricating a claim on Medina. Now, aggressive expansion down here is 20, but we're going to need to fabricate a claim for a while. We need to build a spy network. There we go. And that'll be fine. Now, we're currently working on expanding our navy out here, but we're not making much money right now. And that's absolutely noted. I want to check to see if this is still the best location to protect trade. So 0.02, 0.18, 0.5 at Alexandria. Yep, it's Alexandria. Okay. So for now, this is fine. A royal marriage offer from Alexandria. Yes, we accept that. That seems good. So we can choose a new idea group. I don't think we're in a position to really do that, though. So we're going to continue to chill here for a little bit. Specifically, I want to get this dip tech, and I want to get this spy network for Medina, but we're going to be in a bit of a financial strain here. That's absolutely understood. We do have some caravels being made, and for now, 50 diplomatic power. That's nice. We can actually grab our dip tech now then. That'll give us that sweet, sweet trade efficiency and yearly corruption reduction. So keep in mind, the vast majority of our money right now is going to rooting out corruption. And that'll be gone in just a couple of years here. 3 years, pretty much. So that's pretty good. We can cut our rooting out of corruption if we need to, but for the moment, I would prefer not to. So that's noted. I want to check in on our fleet out over here, though, because now that we have that trade efficiency, that might change some things. 0.57 at Aleppo, 0.96 at Alexandria. Okay, that definitely changes things. It's still going to be Alexandria, though. So that's absolutely fine. We converted Terracina, and that's great. Let's go ahead and convert Yafo next. Seems good. And financially, things are going to be a little tight for us for the next little while. Although this is actually significantly improved with our better trade. So that is very good for now. Now, checking in here, we can see we are 8 years ahead of time in tech, and that is absolutely noted. We can probably grab ourselves an economic idea next. And we should probably take a diplomatic idea here, although we're not ready to actually put any diplomacy power in this. So espionage ideas would reduce our state propaganda, or rather our aggressive expansion impact via state propaganda. That's interesting. But what I'm actually thinking, and this is really strange for me, I'm actually eyeing up maritime ideals here. So trade range, navy tradition from protecting trade, national sailors modifier, Marines force limit, don't really care about that. Global ship repair and sailor maintenance, that's a big deal. Naval force limit modifier plus 50%. That's huge for what we're doing here. Ship costs, sure, whatever. That's all fine. But it's really Grand Navy that we'd be interested in. Let's do it. We're going to take that, but we're not going to actually unlock anything in it yet. We don't have the diplomatic power, so hopefully we'll get there soon enough. Neapolitan separatists? Well, that's rude. That's very rude. We're going to have to bring our transport fleet up. And we're going to have to raise our army maintenance, which we needed to do soon anyway. If we bring our root out corruption all the way down, this is 0.11. Okay, let's bring this up to like a quarter point a year. It's not going to be great, but we needed to do this anyway because we needed to replenish these guys. And the question is, how much is that costing us? 4.1 ducats per month. Okay, so that's absolutely noted. Now, we're very much over our naval force limit right now, and I'm not really that interested in further expanding our navy for the moment. We'll get there. Yeah, these guys being jerks over here. So at this point, we need to attach this to transport. We should roll a leader here. That's an okay leader, actually. And we're going to attach to transport. We're going to pull these guys out over here. And the question is, what's our morale like right now? We had a month tick there. We want to land after this next month tick. Do we regenerate morale at sea? I think we do. Let's find out. Yeah, we totally do. So that's fine. We'll get these guys eliminated. Unfortunate, but necessary. Now, I'd like to start improving our numbers here, but we're not in a position to do that right now. We'll get there. So we're at 16.61 over here. That's noted. And we need to re-embark these guys. Actually, I'm just going to move them back this way. It'll be faster. So that's absolutely fine. They'll make their way back. And these guys, they're going to march southward. So I'm going to position them here, and supplies are a bit tight out over this direction. That's noted. If we were to sit them here, would that be better? Not really. Okay, we're going to have to sit in Jerusalem for now. That's okay. So we're just going to park there for now. That looks good. And we should have our forces reinforced fairly soon here. Yeah, it's looking a lot better financially. So at this point, I'd love to get that corruption further down. And the question is, how much is that going to cost us in army maintenance? Well, it's a lot. Yearly inflation reduction and national tax modifier. I think I like what we have right now better. So I think that's fine for the moment. Okay, I want to check in on timings here. So this is going to be November, and this is going to be next year. Noted. I think that's fine. So I'm pretty much ready at this point to attack Medina. The only thing that we need, and we just lost this general. What timing? We need to roll up a new one. That is a terrible general, but I guess he'll have to do. So I'm going to move these guys down here. We're still going to take a couple months of attrition here, which is not ideal, but it's fine. These guys are part of the Empire, so it's going to cost 30 to actually fabricate a claim on them. So we need to get this up to 30. It's 25.76 right now. We're getting there. So I definitely want to launch this attack on Medina. They can't really stop our two armies that are here right now. And if we're paying for this, these should be drilling. If we're paying for it anyway, we might as well get something out of it, right? So that's absolutely fine. And we're going to declare this war fairly shortly here. Minus 10% trade efficiency or half a point of corruption. We're going to take the half point of corruption, but that's going to be painful. And yeah, this is fine for now. Okay, added to the HRE by Ancana. That's neat. Ancana is trying to join the HRE, it seems, and I'm wondering what we could do about that. Invite to Empire. They cannot be connected. Their capital cannot be connected to the Empire. Already a member. Oh, okay. So they're already a member. They're just adding these provinces to the HRE. Gotcha. That's fine. So that's absolutely A-okay. And at this point, we've got the spy network that we need. So let's check in on Medina and let's fabricate this claim. Where are we? We need to go up here. There we go. Fabricate claim. And this is going to be on the highest development province that we have access to. And then ticket a day to get RCB. And if we were to declare this, who all will join? Well, all of these guys. So we've got these guys down over here. Eastern Desert. Kufa would join, which doesn't really matter all that much. And West Ajuran. So most of these are very out of the way. We can bring in Basra. They're the only ones who would actually join here, but we really don't need the help. So I'm not even going to bring in Basra. We'll just confirm this. We're now at war, and these up here should be re-mothballed. We're not going to be needing these forts. Not in this war. And you should be drilling still, and you should be drilling still. Perfect. We can call in Basra, but I don't really see a reason to do so. Let's just walk into Medina here. They've got the one fort here. And I think that's it. So we can take this over very quickly. Yeah, these two armies should be more than sufficient. We're currently losing money. This is probably due to attrition. Let's see here. Yep, that's indeed exactly what it is. So that's noted. We will prefer not to go into debt, ideally. That would be absolutely preferential. So this is a very long walk. Let's come around to Jabal Shamar instead. Royal marriage offer from Al Said. That's these guys down over here. We accept. Perfect. So we'd love for this siege to finish up a little more quickly. We've only got the one cannon here, and this is no siege pips. This guy also has no siege pips. So that's a little bit problematic, and our finances are a bit rough as well. So what we need to do to prevent that is, this is 11, so I'm just going to pull out a bunch of these units here. So the cannon stays, actually, and we need to keep 10 units here, but I'm going to actually keep 11 just to be on the safe side. These guys are going to be pulled back to here where they'll hopefully take less attrition. Yeah, no attrition at all. Perfect. Cities are demanding old rights, and I'm actually going to give it to them. I don't want to lose the stability right now. Okay, so we see a siege happening. This is up over here in Zidane. It's not necessarily shocking that they would do this. So I'm going to respond to that with this army, because this army doesn't have anything it can do until Medina falls. So we may as well have it come up here and deal with this. That seems fine. We can convert a province to Jewish, and we're going to work on that. That's going to be very, very slow. And let's set an agenda here. What do we got? A manufactory in Firenze. Can we even do that? Hang on. Maybe. Yes, it would cost 475 ducats. It would get a base tax and a goods produced modifier. I'm going to do that. We're going to need a lot of money for it. So that's absolutely understood. So they're occupying up over here. This isn't very surprising. And we're going to send forces up over there. We just took a bank loan, which I would prefer not to. But our coffers are getting worryingly light. Let's ask one of our friends if they would help us pay. We're not losing that much money right now. 9 ducats a month. I mean, that's kind of a lot. But let's head up over here and get these guys eliminated. 25 ducats from Anatolion. That's absolutely great. And this battle up over here is not going to be a problem. We win that very, very easily. And we can start capping some of this back. Okay, beautiful. So keeping an eye down over here, we're going to need to proceed with that siege, of course. There we go. And we're going to take back Zidane. Ah, one of our vassals is finally showing up. Interesting. So we're going to take this back, no problem right now. And we're going to go take back Tadmor as well. Knowledge sharing from Amman. That's not very much money. I'm actually going to decline that. I don't actually care. So our corruption is dropping, but to be honest, we should probably minimally root out corruption here. It's still going to go down, and yeah, they just got colonialism, so I don't know why they even asked for it. Okay, lose ducats. I don't want to, but okay. So, who all is in this war, anyway? Baghdad is not, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we need to come down over here and attack these guys next, I feel like. Taking on this fort would be a good thing, I think. Okay, so let's head down here and start doing that. That does mean all of our forces are going to be occupied with sieges. We're rolling kind of badly on this siege. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so we're going to catch some of their forces here. And, I mean, we actually won that battle. That was... They could have maybe turned that around. I don't know. We'll see. Well, we're not going to see. They retreated. But it's good that they retreated, but they could have maybe done something with a good roll there. Potentially. It would have required RNG. But for now, let's shift consolidate this, and let's bring out our cavalry and the 0 strength regiments, and let's do something like that. It's actually 9, so we can bring 2 more of these out. There we go. Cool. So that'll mean that we're taking significantly less attrition, but we need to keep an eye on both of these areas. Knowledge sharing from Basra. Okay, sure. Half a ducat per month will maybe keep us out of debt for a little while. Well, I mean, we aren't out of debt right now, but there's no need to celebrate. I'm sure it'll be fine. So we need to kick out some of these people that are in this war. There's a number of them, and some of them we don't care about particularly. Lebanon embraced colonialism. Good for them. The real question here, though, is... Ayyubid Abyssinia is here. They're probably going to try to relieve this siege. They've got quite a number of forces in the area. Yeah, they're definitely going to try to relieve this siege. We rolled badly on this siege, but reinforcements are on the way in. They're taking so long to get there. Their reinforcements took a while to get there too, but yeah, unfortunate that we rolled badly on this siege, but we'll retreat for now. And we've got this siege ongoing. It's fine. So we have a new trader, or rather, we had a trader die, and we should get a new trader in here. So trade efficiency, yep, you'll do. 5.64 ducats per month. That's going to be painful. That's going to be very painful. Let's go ahead and celebrate here. There we go. And these guys, they're going to be safe behind this fort. So we're going to want to attack up over here, but this should definitely happen after the month tick. Okay. So we're fine there. And finances are going to be tight. Okay, our morale is really, really rough up here right now. Where are we retreating to? Tadmor? Okay, sure. So they're attacking us here as well. And we'll move our reinforcements in there. We should be able to win this one. Well, they've got more coming in. Oof. Okay, so we're actually getting pushed back here because our forces are a little too spread out. So we're going to need to just focus on one. We can't actually do it at this spread out. We have to just focus. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. So at this point, I want to grab this, and we are going to deselect this unit, deselect that unit, group these two together, and all of our forces together are going to come down over here. We're currently losing this war entirely because we rolled incredibly badly on this siege. It took us so long to get up to just 7%, but alas. It's fine for now. We're going to come up over here and stack wipe some of these little guys. There we go. That'll be useful for us. And we're going to take these back. We need to regenerate some. Finances are going to be tight for us for right now, though. So we can see they're coming in to attack us here. I don't know why they were doing this. This was a bad idea. So I just want to take these territories for now. They're sieging here. This is okay. We want to fight them when they're relatively together like this. Oh, man, we keep having bad events, too. Okay. The game has decided we're on the struggle bus. I guess that's fine. So we're going to take this, and I'm going to group together our forces. We're going to go fight at Jerusalem. Remember, we can always bring in reinforcements if we need to. So this is still fine. We just need to get some of these cleaned up. So these guys are moving into Yafo, and this would be on 21 December at this moment. I'm going to give it a little time. They're moving around pretty quickly, so 2 January. There we go. This will be after the reinforcement tick. These guys are stuck down here. They can't push past this fort. So right now we're just trying to clean up these forces that are up over here. They have much better generals than we do, and this is very, very spicy right now. We have significant numbers on them, but morale is tough, and their generals are strong. But we have significant numbers on them. So that's fine. We'll just give it a moment, and yeah, we're going heavily into debt right now. They're trying to attack us right over here, and this battle will happen on 13 March. We barely regenerated any morale, so that's rough. No doubt about that. We couldn't move either. They don't really have the numbers to do this, so I don't think. Indeed. They did not have the numbers. We stack wiped them there. So that's great, but what we don't have now is any morale. So we're going to have to wait a moment, and this battle would happen... Well, we need this to happen after the month tick. There we go. So we're going to come in here. This is a very small force, and we're reinforcing very, very rapidly. Neapolitan separatists down here again. Okay, we're going to have these guys stop drilling, attach to transport, and move out over this way. Very awkward timings on all of this. Okay, so we're going to come down over here next. There we go. That's another small stack wiped. And then we're going to need to come in over here. The question is, when do we want to fight this? Well, certainly after this month tick. There's a 14k stack up over here that I'd rather not fight just yet. We're in mountains right now, so if they decide to come fight us... Okay. I want to attack here. We're going to be the defender here. And it's in Drylands, which we have a bonus in. So they're going to reinforce this, but they don't have the numbers for it. And this is a huge deal right here, if we win this. That got really close, but we did win it. So now we need to come down over here, kick them out of Tabuk. Now that we've started turning this tide... Okay, so they're retreating from their siege. We need to come take these back and let our forces regenerate a little bit. That was awkward, no doubt about it. We had some very spicy rolls there, but it's okay. So we'll get these taken back, we'll reinforce our units, and we're going to go directly attack Medina. We need to just kick them out. I wonder if any of their allies are willing to white peace after that. Not yet. Okay, that's fine. We'll take these back. We'll reinforce, and yeah, we're going wildly into debt right now, but that's understood. We knew this would likely happen because we expanded our army so much to fight the HRE. And these guys up over here, let's see, they just need to land over this way. Looks like the rebels here were taken out. They probably moved into here and were eliminated by Calabria. That's good. We're happy about that. Okay. That's not that big of a deal there. So let's just hop in over here, attack Medina. Hopefully this time we'll roll a little bit better. I'm also going to move our cannon. We're going to be focused a little bit more. I see these guys coming up over here. I'm probably going to move this army in at this point. So we can bring a third army over. That'll be fine. Hop on in. There you go. It's just a very awkward set of circumstances that we've found ourselves in here. No doubt about that. So we're going to take that over, head up over here. I do want to split off our cannon, though. I want that cannon to come help out this siege here. We're no longer considered a great power. We knew that was coming. That's not terribly surprising. And we can sell titles. I think I'm going to wait until after the war to do that. So we've got this army here. They can come up over this direction and fight these guys. Yeah, that's what I thought. They were surprised about that. So that's absolutely wonderful. Hopefully we roll better on this siege this time. That would be ideal. And then these guys, they're just going to come up here and lay siege here for now. I saw that army going up here. They might try to come down this way. That's fine if they do. We'll have a force ready to respond to that. So we've got these guys here, and we're taking heavy attrition here right now. So I want to leave these guys here. And this is 11. So we're going to do our 2 cannon, and then I'm going to leave 10 infantry. These guys are going to back off. We have no siege pips here, so I think that's fine. And this time we have more forces down over here. So as far as this goes, I would love to come fight these instead of sieging. Yeah, we should actually back off of this siege and head back this direction. They have forces up over here. So we'll fight these guys. That's Medina's army directly. That's a big deal. So they retreated from that. And we're going to bring these back to defend Jerusalem. No problem there. Eventually, this siege will finish. We can invest in new ideas. The question is, how far ahead of time are we right now? 3 years? Okay. So that seems fine. We lose 2 war exhaustion. That's neat. And we're going to come down and fight them in our capital. We shouldn't have a problem with this, but their leader is better than ours. That was a rough shock phase. But we did end up winning it. That was a rough shock phase. No doubt about that. Okay. So at this point, we're pulled in far fewer directions. My question now is, how are they feeling about their allies piecing out? Okay, they're getting pretty close, particularly this one. So I think for the moment, we'll let these guys regenerate, and we'll just continue our siege. Our master recruiter died. I think that's fine. I'm not actually concerned about hiring another one. We've got big financial issues. So that seems okay for the moment. We're regenerating a lot of troops right now, and yeah, this has been a painful war, mostly because we've been pulled in a lot of different directions and had really, really, really bad siege rolls. Now, to be clear, this is a relatively high level fort. This is a level 3 fort, so I'm not terribly surprised about these siege rolls. They're grouping up here. We're going to start preemptively moving. Okay, so I'm grouping this together, and we've got our 2 armies here right now. Lose some admin power, I guess that's okay. And this army can come down and start cleaning up some of these little guys that are around here. They've split up their army a little bit because they've realized they don't really have the capacity to deal with this. When our forces are grouped together, they can't do anything about it. So we're going to attack here. That's a stack wipe. That's excellent. And we're going to take this back. It's unfortunate that we have to have all these here because we're taking crazy attrition right now. But this went up to 21%, so this is very likely to fall soon. And we've got our 3rd army right here. Once this fort falls, this war is cracked open. And there's very, very little that they can do to stop us from there. This fort is the only thing preventing us from ending this. And it's at 35, so this is looking very good. They're heading up this way and trying to go around and attack up over here. That's not going to work. We're going to move this army up to deal with that, but this is actually a huge deal. So we're going to move this army back. Actually, I want to move it to here. There we go. Eventually, this force will succeed at siege. We've got a 35% every siege roll. Now, we're approaching our maximum amount of admin power. We can take an admin tech if we need to. I would really prefer not to. There's Medina falling. So that's huge. We're going to head down over this way, and now are these guys interested in piecing out? They are not, surprisingly. So we're going to head up over here with this army. And we're going to take over some of these Medina territories. And we may just force Medina out of the war. I do want to move one of these cannon over to here, just to get this sized back up correctly. And we're at our maximum admin power right now. So that's not great. I think we should just take this admin tech right now. Or we could take an idea. Yeah, I'm taking it. We'll take that idea. That gets us missionary strength. That'll be good. Okay, so we just need these couple of locations over here for Medina to be fully taken over. These guys are not willing to exit right now. We're currently losing this battle. This is because their general is so much better than ours. It's very sad. But these guys are going to be retreating down this direction, which is kind of perfect. We can replace them with this army, while this one continues to take over the rest of Medina. They do have relatively big numbers up here. So actually, let's get these 2 armies turned around. We're going to do something like this. We're just going to group these up, and we're going to fight them right here. Again, their leader is better than ours, which isn't necessarily shocking, but it's fine. We'll just brute force this. Okay, we're rolling very badly on that, it feels like. What are we rolling here? We rolled a 3 minus 2. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad. They have a really good general, though. So that's fine. This is actually absolutely okay. This is buying us time to get all of this done. So where are we retreating to? Yep, that's fine. We can just continue to throw people up at this. That's not an issue. But at this moment, the question is, do we want to... these guys would exit. Done. So we'll take that a day. These guys would not, these guys would not, these guys would not. But that was a big chunk of their forces that were up here. And that was a good general, too. That general was a 4-1-4. Yeah. Not the best shock in the world. But that's a pretty good general, all things considered. So we're going to get this taken over. That's absolutely fine. That is now Medina fully occupied. Out of curiosity, can we vassalize them? No, we cannot. So we can take some territory here. I'd like to take, ideally, something like this. Yeah, we can't quite take all of their territory, and I don't think we want to. This alone would be a coalition here, and this is probably enough. So that's 38 reasons to not do it. That's understood. So we're going to have our forces head up over this direction, and I'm wondering if any of these guys want out yet. They do not. So we're going to need to clear some of this up, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about ending this war and paying off the large amount of debt that it put us in. We knew this was going to be the case. We knew that we were going to have a hard time paying our debts with this army without expansion, which is why we have to expand. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Aurelio, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.